We are now Facebook Live.
Okay, good morning. My name is Thomas Clemens, and on behalf of the Southwest Louisiana Economic Development Alliance and the Chamber of Southwest Louisiana, I'm coming to my capacity as Vice President of the Task Force of Diversity and Inclusion. We're doing the final symposium that we've been doing all month long, and I'm joined today by one of our task force members, Ms. Angel Scott. This month, we've been shedding light on a topic that is important to Southwest Louisiana family. October is National Disability Employment Month. And according to the United States Labor Department, the 2021 theme nationwide is America's Recovery Powered by Inclusion. All my have been made to spotlight the importance of ensuring that with disabilities have full access to employment and community involvement. And because of that, we realized that they got certain groups in Southwest Louisiana that have been doing some wonderful things, and this would be an ideal time to make sure that they do recognition. At this time, I'm gonna hand it over to Ms. Scott so that she can talk a little bit more about our final recipient, and we'll go from there.
Good morning, everyone. I want to quickly introduce Mr. Aaron Ortego with Autism Services of Southwest Louisiana. And thank you, Aaron, for you and your group joining us for this portion of our event. It's been a month long of meeting with great individuals and organizations. We've met with CARC, we've hosted Families Helping Families, Disabled Veterans of America, the Southwest Region, Chapter 17. Aaron, we're just excited to have you guys with us today. I know we've spoken. The passion of your organization just kind of blings out as an area of hope. And we're hoping today that with you here, we can start to build a bigger connect between the families of those that would benefit from your service, the individuals of those services, and also reach out to some of those employers that may not know you're available and kind of highlight out there that everyone deserves a chance to have a purpose, and with the right fit to an employer, to an employee, we can have some great success in giving true purpose to their lives through employment.
Well, thank you so much for having us be a part of it. We're excited, and we definitely believe in that goal and have similar beliefs on that. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Our pleasure. So tell us a little bit about you. How long have you been with the organization?
So I've only been with the organization since February. It's the group has been together. The board has been together for quite some time, and it's a very stable group and a group that cares a lot about adults on the autism spectrum and all people as far as that goes. But I was brought in February with the goals to expand, to grow. I mean, our mission as a whole, and I know we get to some of that in some of the questions, but my mission is basically to touch as many as we can and have the biggest outreach we can possibly have. So we have a great organization. It's very, very, very stable, but it's not enough for me. And it's not enough for our group. We have to grow. We have to get bigger and affect more lives. So that's kind of where we're heading. So the question was how long? It's only been February, but I promise you we have a lot of ideas coming forward.
That's great. And what is your actual title? I'm sorry, Aaron. I should have asked you that earlier.
No, that's okay. I'm the executive director, chief executive officer.
Okay, and Aaron, you came to the agency in the middle of a pandemic, so that leads to an obvious question. Why were you really willing to make such a career switch in the middle of everything that's going on?
It's a great question. For me, I was actually at Memorial Hospital and was actually running Archer. Well, as you know, during the Hurricane Laura, it pretty much destroyed Archer. So in the meantime, while they were looking to rebuild, I was doing some consulting in Texas and just kind of as a filler. And then whenever I had this opportunity, one of the physicians that I've worked with for quite some time, his brother-in-law is actually on the board. And so they contacted us, said, look, we believe that some of the things you've done in the past, we believe you can bring it here and help us reach the goals that we've set forth. So it just really touched me. My whole life, I've wanted to be involved with missions. And to me, I get to live a mission trip on a daily basis where I'm at every day, just getting to help people. And I do that. I get paid to do that. So it's a wonderful thing to be able to help people and make that just an everyday part of my life.
Almost sound like you do it for free. But you didn't get that from me. So.
That's right.
Well, what an asset for them to have you, for sure. and I know you kind of started to do that, but give us the full goals of Autism Services. What's your day-to-day basis of what you guys do and how you function with the community and families?
So, we have an array of services we provide. The main thing is that we want to care for adults on the autism spectrum. And now we start the process even early on, even as people are, let's just say St. Nicholas Center, and they're aging out of St. Nicholas. We reach out, make contact, and try to set them up for some of our community services. And then if the need is there for them to come into one of our homes, we do that. So we do provide housing, support services, daily care, 24-hour CNA and PCA care services. And then we also work in the community and help people with daily activities, jobs. We get people to workouts. We help them, get jobs, as we're going to discuss later, but just anything that's needed. And so we can help them have as normal of a life as possible. So a lot of people believe that they can't have a normal life, but our clients can, and they have, and they do. And that's the most rewarding part of what we do.
Absolutely. I had a little bit of insight working with a previous organization where we were tag teaming those with either mental, physical, or emotional disabilities. And it is, as you were portraying earlier, when you're able to find that perfect match of an employer's needs, some of those systematic things that happen every day, stuffing envelopes or shelving stock, any of those things that are systematic. In particular, once you can train someone to do it, and then that's a repetitive action, man, the productivity it allows for the employer to have their employees go and do other things while new employees do that thing.
Sure.
That perfect match, would you say, is kind of key there in tag teaming employers with your participants?
Absolutely. I mean, look, there's our clients, when they get those jobs, even though they may sound simplified, it means a lot to them. So we're talking about, even if it's a low paying type job, our clients are excited to get there and do those jobs, and they can feel rewarded by that task oriented piece. Whereas, others may take the job, maybe that's not enough for them. Maybe they do need bigger challenges in the workforce. So yeah, it's a great thing. And I know that our clients can truly help an organization or a company.
We're going to swing back around to that because I know you've got several really good success stories, and we want to hear at least about a few of those, or at least one of them. But tell me how the participation between family members, not just your participants, but family members, give us some insight on the benefits there.
Well, obviously, with our clients, the most important thing is to make them feel comfortable. And, when they feel comfortable, and I know some of the things that we'll talk about is some of the training processes and all that, but families are instrumental in providing that comfort level. When you're dealing with clients that are on the autism spectrum, that comfortability, that social piece that they need, and a lot of times the families can set them in the right direction. And then we take over and we individualize, almost like a care plan, for what's going to work for whatever job they may take or whatever they may be doing in that particular moment. So yeah, the families and us kind of teaming up to find out, hey, what's the target pieces here? What's the things that can trigger some negative pieces? What can make them feel better? What can create comfort? So I think it's just teaming up with them to find a successful avenue.
Agreed. Also, that's important when you're teaming them with employers to know not only their strengths, but their weaknesses. There's a lot of team building and relationship building between the two. And then also that the team they're brought on to join understands.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Aaron, what are age ranges of your clients?
Well, currently we're 18 plus. We don't have anybody that's 18 currently, but we can. But we have clients in our homes that are 27, and we have some in the homes that are mid 50s. So it's a wide range. So it's basically all adults. Now that's a big thing that we're looking at for the future, is as they age, rather than having to maybe have someone go to a nursing home or a skilled nursing facility or those kind of things, we're going to increase our acuity so we can keep them in our homes, for forever. Because that's what we make promises to the family, is that you'll never have to worry about them again. We're going to take care of them. We're going to make sure that they're good, even after their parents are not here.
Okay.
That's a big promise. That's a big promise.
That is, and it's something we hold true. I promise you.
Well, Thomas, can you and And just for those of you that don't know the other side of Thomas Clemens, he is owner of Pride Staff Staffing here in Lake Charles. Passionate about seeing those in their best job and best opportunities in life. But can you guys together, you and Aaron, talk a little bit to us about the laws for employing those with disabilities, some of the advantages for employers, as well as just that relationship between and how that law should function within businesses?
Well, I'll just put it simply like this. The American Disabilities Act, ADA, it was passed, it was in the registration, and it was to make sure that people with disabilities had an equal opportunity to access employment. And as a result of that, you start more and more people with disabilities into the workforce. I think that a lot of the challenges that employees have to overcome, and I'm sure Aaron can speak to this as well, is that when it comes to people with disabilities, that companies have to make what's called reasonable accommodations to make sure that they can fit that person into their job site. And oftentimes there can be a lot of misunderstanding about what reasonable accommodations are. And I think that can present some challenges. And that's one of the things I think we finally get past a little bit, but I know that's one of the big challenges with people with all types of disabilities.
Thomas, do you feel like that's why some employers steer away from, or maybe are not as open-minded awareness or open-minded to employing those with disabilities?
I think a lot of that is just lack of awareness. I think people have a mindset that people with disabilities are not capable or able to do certain tasks, when in fact that might not be the case. And when people start realizing, when they give people those type of opportunities, it can be very eye-opening. But for the most part, people will find that statistics show that people with disabilities can turn out to be some of your most reliable, dependable people you're gonna ever want to hire, because they most times they're grateful to be working there, and they're just loyal. And statistics bear that out. I'm sure Eric has a lot of insight on that too.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And as you said, I mean, they're excited to be there. And as you know, just doing staffing, you know that not everybody is always excited to be at work. So,
No.
our clients are very excited about it. They enjoy the process of learning. And another thing too that we do is we actually include a CNA or PCA with our clients when they go to a job. So now they're getting that extra assistance and that help with training that the companies aren't even paying for. So I agree with you. You mentioned awareness. Awareness is the most important part. I think it's us, and it's us taking the time to educate these employers and bring the message that, hey, look, here's what we're going to do. Here's the plan. I feel like if they know there's a laid out plan, then I feel like they're going to be more comfortable, more apt to allow that process to take place.
Yeah, and I can recall years back, the last employer I had, private Medicaid managed care company. At one point in time, the administration was contemplating putting out an RFP about privatizing long-term support and services. And with that being the case, they put out a request for information, RFI, to find out what companies would be interested in actually applying for the RFP. So as a result of that, we had to do a lot of fact finding, and we had to do our due diligence. And we went out throughout the state, and we met with a lot of organizations such as Autism Society and various disability groups to find out what exactly base they serve, how they get their funding, and how we might be of assistance to them. And unfortunately, the RFP was never released. It's still being contemplated, but still had never gotten released. But it was very eye-opening for me that most of the organizations like yours survive primarily on individual funding and not necessarily government grants. And I was kind of surprised about that. Could you speak to your funding source? Do you have like a signature funding fundraising event?
Do we? Yes, we do. We have a couple per year. We actually just started doing a pro-am golf tournament that we're going to start doing annually. But our signature event right now is our concert, Autism on the Bayou, which we just had a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what would you say is your population? You serve Autism Services in Southwest Louisiana. What region is that?
So yeah, I mean it's basically Calcasieu Parish. I mean we've had some from Cameron that have come over. But that's our goal. Our goal is to expand and make it more of truly regional, not just Calcasieu Parish. So that's what we're looking to do for the future, and building new homes and having where we can actually support more of the community.
Okay. And just as a before and after snapshot, I know that we've been open probably a little over 3 years. And like everybody else in Southwest Louisiana, we've had our challenges. All businesses in this area have had their challenges. I can only imagine what challenges that you guys have been going through post Delta and all the other disasters that we've had occurring in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. Would you just kind of expand on how these challenges impact your ability to place people and find work for people and secure clients? I know it's got to be a challenge. I mean, even though I know you came after Laura, you had to have been made aware of some of what it was like prior to that. So
Absolutely, and we're still dealing with a lot of it. It's the biggest difficulty for us, with because I mean, honestly, there's a lot of jobs available out there now, but I think that a lot of these companies, they are not fully staffed, so therefore it's kind of quick orientation, quick training, get people going quick. They don't have the staff to fully take the time to mold and to educate and to get people trained as much as what they should. So I think that puts us at a little bit of a disadvantage, especially with clients who are on the autism spectrum, because they need that time to develop the social skills to be able to be comfortable enough with whatever the task is, so they don't have the anxiety or don't become overwhelmed quickly. So I think that's a big part. The other part too, going back to COVID more so than the hurricane, is that some of our clients are in that high risk population, because of some of the disease processes that are attached. So I think that some of the companies are concerned about that and the liabilities that may be there. So once again, I think that it's just education, like we spoke about, just letting them know what a lot of people believe there's limitations that really do not exist. So those are the things that I have to do a good job of getting out and talking to people and explaining limitations are not as great as you may believe.
okay.
What are some of those difficulties, Aaron, when you say, and for the general public and for those of us that may not be as familiar with helping with employment opportunities for the disabled, what are some of those limitations you come across, some of those myths that kind of create barriers for you in helping to employ your participants?
Well, a lot of people, I know when we speak and we kind of go around from business to business, the things that we get told, and when they are being transparent, what they're telling us is, hey, look, we're afraid that the training's not going to do any good. Maybe they won't pick it up as quickly as we need them to pick it up. Maybe they're going to be confused or worried about safety issues and those kind of things. And we have our own concerns with safety issues and some of the processing that may go on. More so than anything is that social behavior. The behaviors only show their face when there's a lot of anxiety and being overwhelmed. So for us, it's our job to make sure that they're comfortable, they're ready to go, they've practiced it. We put them in comfortable environments. I mean, we had a gentleman just the other day with all of these hundreds of people at this concert, and one of our clients went and sang the national anthem. And, in front of everybody, bright lights on, band right there on the side of him, got up there and sang it beautifully. So, our clients can think, they can think for themselves. They don't need help with that. And that's something that a lot of people, they just don't understand that. So it's our job to teach it and create that awareness. And I don't know, I know that the work that they've done at several of these places has been really impressive. And we've loved to see the rewarding piece, not only for the businesses, but for our clients as well. It just excites them.
Give us one of those stories.
Yeah.
So I have several, but I tell you what, I'll give you two of our really, really big success stories, in my opinion. But we have a guy that basically, I mean, he loves sports. He loves talking. He loves just to go. You think autism, you think, maybe socially awkward or not talking or quiet or nonverbal. This guy is he's amazing. I mean, he'll go from table to table, just sparking conversation and talking to people. So the good people at Tony's Pizza actually hired him, and he had been doing work for them for quite some time. But it's amazing because there's actually groups of people that will go there just to see him. But I mean, what a great marketing piece for, for the restaurant, because they go there and they request him to be in their section, and he's bussing tables and he's cleaning, and he's not taking orders and all that, although he could, I promise you. But he'd probably give you a lot of stories why he was taking that order. You may never get your food turned in, your order turned in, but no, he does a great job. He's very structured, an intelligent guy, extremely intelligent. He can tell you any player that's on the Lakers team, give you all their stats, their height, their weight, everything you can imagine. So and once he learns it, he doesn't forget it, I can assure you. So that's a big deal. That's always been a success story for us, because he's carried that job for quite some time now, for years. Does a good job. That Tony's did a great job with, including him and getting him trained and getting him out there. And it's just been a great thing. Another one that we've had is Steins. Steins has allowed one of our clients to get out there and do some work. And look, it's so funny, because he gets one of these vests that he puts on, these Steins vests, and when he gets back from work, he doesn't even want to take it off till hours later, because he's just so excited to represent that and to be able to have a job and feel like what he's doing is purposeful. So it's just great. It's great to hear the stories. Now, I wasn't involved in getting those positions for them, but just hearing the stories makes me feel good. But one of the things that we're working on now is Roly Poly. We met with their owner just a couple of weeks ago, and he's very interested in starting to do some of this. So we're excited about that. The fire department has helped us out, the police department, and also the Pioneer Club. So that's just to name a few.
Oh, great. Good shout outs. Thank you for those. You mentioned in some of your phrasing just now that there are definitely different levels and avenues that each autism participant go through.
Absolutely.
Give us some insight, maybe not even so much as in employing them, but I think there's a big misunderstanding of autism. We can all be disabled in different ways, whether it's emotional or mental or physical, but how that disability or the level of how it affects you in your day-to-day life can be very different. And is that not also very true when it comes to autism?
Very, very true. Look, 1 in 34 males are diagnosed with autism now. So 1 in 34, 1 in 144 females. So, in an average there, it works out to be about 1 in 57 people are born and diagnosed with autism at some point. So if you think about that, over 60% of people with autism, they don't utilize these types of services. They can live independently. So there's so many different levels. I mean, you have extremely high functioning, they can live completely independent. And then you have those that need some help. And to be honest, we deal with 22 community clients, and we deal with 12 in-home clients now, and none of them are completely dependent. They just need some prompting. They need some guidance, some safety awareness, some things like that. Even as they have aged, the younger and the older, it doesn't matter. But I think that's the part that people don't understand. So we take every client and we give them an individualized care plan. It's not a cookie cutter thing. We don't just have them come in and say, well, here's your regimen, this is what you follow. That's not how this works. We truly find out what is your capability, what is your ability, and you'll get surprised 99.9% of the time, because it's a lot greater than what you may have believed going in. And I think that's what we have to do, like we said before, to promote that and create that awareness and talk about the work that we will do with them to prepare them for whatever job they may take.
I mean, really, any employer interested in participating with bringing on one of your participants absolutely has the advantage of having someone else kind of as their HR and their trainer. You're helping to keep the participants active in what they're doing, helping secure that stability of purpose in them, and also probably doing some job coaching in that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the best thing, is because once we have someone that's hired on, we do an internal orientation. So we bring them in, we have social services involved. We also have our nursing department involved, and as well as our operations manager, and together they kind of formulate a plan. And of course, I'll kind of talk with the different companies and bring ideas in too, but we kind of develop a plan and practice it with them before they ever go to their first day. We also get to train our PCAs or CNAs what that job description would be and how they should function. So they're kind of getting multiple people, that are training them before they even go to the company's orientation. So having that support with that CNA or PCA, they definitely have a good advantage there.
let's step back just a little bit. I know you and Thomas briefly discussed this, but some of the COVID concerns absolutely would also be a concern for those that already have a physical ailment in any way, shape, or form. So we've all had to transition in so many different ways, and transition is not always easy. So can you expand a little bit on some of the things that you and your team have had to do differently now for your employers and for your participants and even your own staff? What are some of those transitional points that y'all had to overcome to continue providing services?
Well, I think a lot of it is kind of what the rest of the country is going through. I think it's just learning what COVID-19 is and learning, what it's doing and what's right, and what's wrong as far as, because I mean, we can all say where we were a year and a half ago is much different than where we are today. What was believed about it, it's steadily evolving and growing. But I think now that vaccinations are in play, now that people are kind of aware of how this spreads and how it goes, we're able to provide better education to get clients out there, because that was definitely a major concern on behalf of many of the employers was, should we do this or should we not? Well, in the beginning, it was tough to say, yeah, absolutely, you should, because there were so many question marks for us as well in kind of learning what this is about. So now we're just now getting to the point where we're starting to be able to increase what we're doing, and we're going out and trying to get more employers involved. So I think their comfort level has grown, and ours has as well. So I think that's about to explode for us.
And with Hurricane Laura and Delta and the many other flooding and freezing, are your facilities up and running and in order?
Yes, ma'am, 100%. We did have some minor damage to the homes, which is all repaired from the hurricanes. Our office did really well for the hurricane. Now the flood did get the office, but it did not affect the home, so that was much better. That we would rather that. So the office got a small facelift, and the homes did really well. The clients are not affected in any way, and we're 100% running. We're all the houses are up, the office is up, and we're good to go.
What were some of the challenges when the house was down? What were some of the things you guys had to overcome?
So it was really just kind of locating somewhere to stay. I mean, that was the most difficult part, because yes, everyone evacuated, but this turned into a much longer deal than just a quick, 1 week evacuation, as you know. So it became difficult, because let me tell you, life in a hotel with several people that are on the autism spectrum is not a fun thing. It is just not. When you change their environment that quickly and for that long, there's a lot of anxiety and pieces that are that are very detrimental to them. So what we did was we were able to lock down a couple homes in Jennings, Louisiana. So we were able to get into those homes. We rented them temporarily. People there were gracious enough to let us have them, not have them, and we paid for them, but I mean, they let us use them anyway. So that was a great thing, because we were able to set those up much like their homes and move some of their personal things over, so they felt a little more comfortable. So that's what we did. It was I say I wasn't there, but hearing the stories, they were, the staff was very accommodating. Our staff actually went there and stayed in the homes and took care of them, and no one missed a beat. So that was a good thing. We were very blessed.
Are there services that your staff and you provide that you feel like the majority of the population are unaware of?
I think so. Honestly, as I go out and meet people now in this new role, and I'm meeting different people in different organizations and groups, I think there's a lot of things that people don't know about us, but I think they all kind of know about the houses. I mean, that's our logo. So I think people see that house and they kind of identify it as, hey, that's what they're about. I think what they don't understand is the amount of support services that we utilize. So whether it's getting people in for behavioral therapy, whether it's bringing people in for physical therapy or occupational therapy or speech therapy, we can bring them in and do all those things. Not to mention the day-to-day. I mean, our PCAs and CNAs, if the full load of ADLs or daily care is needed, we can provide that. We're grocery shopping for them. We're providing meals. We're cooking 3 meals a day for them, that kind of fits their diet. We work along with registered dietitians, and we have nurses that work and put the work in to get the menus right. So once again, not just a cookie cutter deal where we just cook one thing and say everybody get it. we look at individually on how we're going to best benefit that client. So those things, not to mention that, hey, if they want to go somewhere, if one wants to go to the mall, another wants to go to McNeese football game, then we separate, we take them, we get them there. So if there's things they want to do, within reason, obviously, but if there's things that they want to do, we make it happen, and that's on a daily basis. So those are things that I don't know that many people are aware of, plus our community services. So people that may not live in our homes, but their families need to go to work during the day, and they're worried about, maybe them needing something while they're gone. So we actually send staff out to their homes to be with them for 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever it is, on a daily basis.
Now, Aaron, you made reference to the PCAs and the CNAs. Their role is to do, I don't want to assume I know exactly what it is, but they support your clients in the homes itself, or the individual homes. How does that relate, that dynamic, as far as the ones who are going out in the workforce? Do they help them prepare to go to work? What exactly do they do? I don't want to just assume.
Well, as you said, the ones that our PCAs and CNAs are kind of, they do it all, really. I mean, we have our 4 homes that we have 12 clients that live in, and 24 hours a day, we have staff, we have PCAs or CNAs that stay in the home and help guide them, cook for them, clean the house. And another thing that I think helps, and kind of answering your question, another thing that helps is our CNAs and PCAs, they encourage and they get our clients to help them with some of these chores. They help them with cooking or cleaning, or whether it's doing dishes or cleaning the house or some of the yard work. There's different things that we include the clients on, so they're kind of learning a little bit of that work ethic, and that social aspect of doing some of the work. So that's kind of where it starts. But those PCAs and CNAs, they stay with them at all times. So when they come to the office, when we know someone's going to take a particular job or start to work somewhere or gain employment, we get that CNA or PCA that they're going to be with to come in, or the multiple CNAs that are going to be with them for different shifts, but we get them trained as well. We're going to take a job description. We're going to work with them to teach the CNA how the job is done appropriately, and then teach our client as well. So now they can kind of guide them along the way. If something's going on at the job and maybe there's a situation that they're not quite sure of how to handle it, well, that CNA is going to be right there to help them out.
Okay. And what about transportation? PCA, do they make assistance with getting them back and forth from jobs?
They do. Every one of them, they use their personal vehicles. Of course, we obviously take care of them and make sure that, we're paying the mileage and all of that. But yeah, they use their personal vehicles. We make sure that everybody has clean records, obviously license, insurance, and all those things are in line, and they can use their personal vehicles to take them, to activities, to workouts, to jobs, wherever they need to go, doctor's appointments. And then we also have office management staff that would make sure that our CNAs are getting them where they're supposed to be at the right time. So there's a lot of levels, when you're dealing with us, it's going to make sure you have a lot of reliability and people that are punctual and come in knowing what to do.
Okay. And how do you go about assessing whether one of your clients would have the skill set to do a particular job? For instance, if I had a job came across my desk and I was interested in contacting you and want to try and do some placement, how would you go about making that assessment?
So in our office, between myself, between our director of operations, we would all 3 just kind of look at it, look at the job description, look at what's being asked of the client. And then we do an assessment of our client. We just do an assessment to see, okay, where are they with this? Let's practice this. Let's put them in some situations that are similar. We also we know our clients. We know what they do on a daily basis. We know, okay, well, look, hey, if we're busting tables, I watched this guy at a birthday party and he's picking up dishes and cleaning up things and getting them in the dishwasher. We watch them do it. So if we feel like, hey, this is a skill set that we've already, the evidence-based practice, we've already seen it, then obviously we feel they're the right fit for that job. If we feel like it's a questionable thing, then we'll put them through scenarios that would be similar to make sure that they can handle it. And then we're not going to set people up for failure. If we feel like someone's going to get overwhelmed by something rapidly, we're not even going to try that. That's not where we're going to go with it. We're going to find something that will be a little less stimulus for them. But that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Yeah. Okay. So each individual.
That's exactly right.
Okay, that's good. That's a good way to approach it.
So Aaron, I know we're running close on our time of 10:30, but can you give us a quick rundown on how family or loved ones, how can they reach out to you? Give us your contact information, but give us a quick rundown on what the process is to become active participant in your programs.
Okay, so our contact information, the office number is 337-436-5001. And like I said, that is our office number. As far as getting involved, I mean, people can call us at any time. They can call that number. They can reach out, come to the office. We're on Common Street. We're looking for people, especially with community clients. We're looking to grow and expand. As we get the houses going up, we're going to pull in more people as well. But as far as employers that may be interested in hiring some of our people also, we would love to take those calls and be able to communicate and work with them. Families that are interested in getting people involved with us. You know, we love to meet people face to face, over the phone, whatever it is, and we'll set up a meeting if people are interested with our social worker. Her name is Chrissy Guillory, and she's wonderful. She's great. She can explain every piece of the waiver programs, the reimbursement programs, the Social Security pieces, everything that needs to be talked about financially and how we can get people in the program. She's the one to talk to.
I tell you, when I first contacted your office to see if you guys were available and would choose to participate with us, Christy is who I spoke to, and I will tell you what passion and just a flow of wonderful information. She definitely carries your same passion. So she was very appreciative. I was very appreciative that that she was able to access so much for me, give me so much insight, and then connect us to you. So Thomas, do you have any other questions or anything else we should cover?
Yeah, Aaron, before we adjourn, I think we'd both be remiss if we didn't just give you an opportunity. We've been asking questions, but we'd be remiss if we just didn't give you an opportunity to make us aware of something that we didn't think that you think is relevant to the whole topic that you'd like to share with us.
And I lost you a little bit there. I heard I missed the last part, I believe.
No, we just wanted to give you an opportunity to give a platform. It just in case it was something that we didn't think to ask that you want to be made us aware of that you think is relevant.
No, you know, honestly, I think we covered a lot of it as far as it relates to this conversation. You know, I believe in what you guys are doing and are supporting wholeheartedly. I see it on a daily basis that our clients, they want to be involved. They want things to do. They love the activities that we do. We take them to Snap Fitness. They do yoga. We go to Ward 3 and do workouts. I mean, they truly love just being involved, being included. And it's amazing to see the difference that it makes when our clients are just elated, they're excited, they're in good health. You know, it's so much better than even right after the hurricane when everything was shut down and there was nowhere to go and nothing to do. I mean, I don't want to use the word depression, but I mean, their whole mentalities, everything was different. It was just a little more sadder experience, I guess. But now they're livening up. They are normal people. They are people that want to do good for society. And there are people that have feelings and just want to grow as individuals as well. So I think this is great, and we're going to continue to do our best to, you know, promote this and encourage it and help create an awareness as well. So thank you all so much for this.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being with us. I think your level of passion is very, very impressive, and we need more of it. I think they're fortunate to have you being a good fit for them.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay, Angel, anything else?
No, again, thank you, Aaron, to you and all of your team for these last couple of months of communication and setting this up with us, and you taking time out of your day today. For those of you that may have entered somewhere in the broadcast, we are speaking with CEO of Autism Center Services of Southwest Louisiana, Mr. Aaron Ortego, and Thomas Clemens, our Chairman of Business Development and Inclusion here in Southwest Louisiana. My name is Angel Scott. Feel free to just rewind and listen to all the amazing things that happen for those who are looking for opportunities of employment with that have a disability. We're recognizing in the month of October and shouting out to the general public to say everyone truly does have a capability of being employed. It takes time and patience to find that best fit. And I think Aaron even agreed, matching someone with a disability to a perfect fit employer is key in that success. So we just applaud all the efforts of the surrounding organizations like Families Helping Families and CARC and the services that Disabled Veterans Association offer here in our organization. We, tell you to backtrack on some of our broadcasts, look at some of the contacts that were available, reach out to us if you're a small business or even a larger business and you've got that one thing that somebody needs to be doing and the rest of your team could be doing so much more. Reach out and find some of these organizations and we can help get that next best employee for your organization. So once again, want to thank everyone for participating and listening in. Go back and listen to the previous broadcast. Aaron, thanks again. And Thomas, you say the closings.
Okay, yeah, well, this is the last of our 4th symposium, and we want to thank everybody who's listening in. And as we said, they recorded on Facebook Live, and it'll be on the Chamber's website. Feel free to take them in. And it was our pleasure to acknowledge National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and hope everybody has a great day and take care. Thanks. Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, bye.